So this book is, in the giveaways it says King George II.
Ah.
And then here we've got 5, 6, 1751.
Whoa.
So not so old, this one. A bit older than Canada, though.
Yeah.
Bit
older.
You're 1867, so...
So when we properly became
together,
Canada. Yeah, true.
Yeah. So there you go. So this is a history of England from the end of the reign of Queen Anne to presumably King George II.
Could you share that again about how they were bound and why they're in such good condition?
In these days, in this sort of period, book collectors would have their own private libraries, big stately homes, etc. And they would order a book, which would basically be just the paper, and would then bind it in their own house style, so you'd have a library looking like interior design today. All the books looked the same because they had the same binding. The local saddler would often be a bookbinder, and yeah, so you sort of find,
So if you were, say, royalty or really upper echelon, you'd have your own saddler.
Yes,
and your own personal bookbinder of your own saddler for your own saddles made for you and everything.
And you'd have a book plate put in here, and a lot of the books we have here will have a book plate showing who previously owned them. But if you were the Duke of Devonshire, then you'd have a big sort of plate in here, and you'd have your own sort of bespoke covering.
Could we see one? Do you know which one might have?
Completely at random, so no idea, but I did see a book. I mean, I have no idea, I'm afraid. It could probably, that in the 19th century started asking the British government to create a homeland for Jewish people.
When was that? Did you say?
Well, the 1880s. Really.
And his name was
Montefiore.
I'm sure I've heard that name somewhere.
And I found a book that had been in his library. So, I mean, it's just occasionally you find a plate, and I just don't know. I haven't a clue, I'm afraid. Here's a book. It's a water rally, and there's a book plate with a coat of arms, Charles Herbert Seabrook.
All right.
So we can Google him and see who he was.
And the really rich people, would the plate be like an actual plate, like a metal or tin sort of pounded plate? Or always just a piece of paper with a stamp? Or?
A more elaborate version of this, a stamp, basically. It might be embossed.
Yeah.
But it essentially would be their coat of arms, really, like that. Yeah, a book plate.
Thank you.